Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working our way through Passionate Pilgrim, which is a series of poems that was published maybe with or without Shakespeare's blessing, but his name was slapped on a bunch of them. And there's some debate as to which ones he wrote. Today we're going to take a look at poem number 6, which, whether or not he wrote it, this is a new poem, unlike a lot of the other ones that we've seen so far, which were taken from Love's Labour's Lost or various sonnets that had otherwise been published. But this one, poem number 6 says, "Scarce had the sun dried up the dewy morn, and scarce the herd gone to the hedge for shade, when Cytherea, all in love forlorn, a longing tarriance for Adonis made. Under an osier growing by a brook where Adon used to cool his spleen. Hot was the day, she hotter that did look for his approach, that often there had been. Anon he comes, and throws his mantle by, and stood stark naked on the brook's green brim. The sun looked on the world with glorious eye, yet not so wistly as this queen on him. He, spying her, bounced in, whereas he stood. Oh, Jove! Quoth she, why was I not a flood? So this is sort of part 2 in the Cytherea Adonis love story that's growing in the original poems that exist in Passionate Pilgrim, or at least the poems that we haven't seen before in doing this Shakesyear project. This is Cytherea, again, being beautiful goddess, Adonis being beautiful man, and we had seen them in a previous poem where she was making a play for him and he got up and ran away. There was the line about how he rose and ran away, and if you want to be that as rose, he stood up and ran, or rose, he missed and got frightened by that and ran away. You know, you could take it either way. But this is like part 2, and she still wants him. So now she's sort of stalking him by this brook where she knows that he goes to swim or to bathe. And she's hanging out, like first thing in the morning, she's hanging out there sort of waiting for him to come by. And he does what he normally does when he gets to this brook. He starts taking off his clothes to jump in the water. And she looks at him very lustfully, and he notices her and immediately jumps into the river. And then in a not at all subtle sexual innuendo, she's like, oh, why am I not the river? So again, like that, oh, that I was the glove upon the hand to touch the face kind of a thing, except this is a little bit more sexually overt. She wishes that he was diving into her instead of diving into the river. So yay, a little sexual innuendo to get you going on this lovely day. I hope it's lovely where you are. And come on back tomorrow for poem number 7. We'll see what happens. If there's going to be more about Cytherea and Adonis, are they ever going to get together? Is that even a plot line through these poems, or are we just going to have a little bit more potential plagiarism coming in the future verses? We'll see. Come on back tomorrow for more. Mwah.